CarPodChats, the raw, unfiltered truth from behind the sales desk in the car business. Welcome to CarPod Chats. I'm your host, Dan Malave. And if you've ever handed off a customer, looked across the desk at your manager and thought, did I just save this deal or hand away my paycheck? Then this one's for you. Today, we're going to dive into the most fragile, misunderstood move in car sales. The TO, short for obviously turnover. It's when you decide, I've gone as far as I can, it's time to bring in backup. Some see it as a strategy, others as surrender. But either way, the TO is the invisible line that separates rookies from closers, learning when to hold the floor and when to pass the baton. That's how you grow. And today, we're breaking it down. A TO is when a salesperson transfers control of a customer interaction to another team member, usually a sales manager. But that's just the mechanics. In reality, a TO is something deeper. It's a pulse check, a chess move, a moment that defines how much pride you've got and how much you're willing to risk for a deal. When you pass the customer to someone else, you're saying, I've done everything I can. Maybe a different voice will help. But we don't talk enough about what really makes a TO necessary. Because sometimes it's not that we can't close, it's that we're afraid of messing up the close. So we toss it to someone else thinking maybe they'll save it. Other times, it's strategically calculated. You've built rapport, you've planted the seeds, and now you want the closer to come in and finish strong. And occasionally, you just don't vibe with the customer. It happens. They're not your energy, not your rhythm. It's real too. But no matter the reason, the TO always reveals more about you than the deal. My first real TO. Oh man, I remember it like yesterday. It was a Tuesday, quiet day, no buzz in the showroom. Couple walks in, mid-40s, casual, kind of guarded. They say they're just looking, but you know how that goes. They're holding printed specs. They've done their homework. They've been online. They know more than they're letting on. We get to talking, walk the lot. They test drive a CRV, and we're vibing. They're laughing at my jokes. They're nodding, engaged. I think I've got it, but when we sit down at my desk, the air changes. Suddenly, we're not ready. We still want to look at Hyundai. Maybe next month. And I did what a lot of new guys do. I panicked. I fumbled. I tried to fight every objection with too many words and too little clarity. So I stood up and said, I check on an incentive. But really, I just needed air and backup. I went to my manager, and I'll never forget what he said. He didn't ask for details, didn't even look up. He just said, you're dead? I blinked, nodded, and he said, all right, I'll swing in. He walked in smooth, didn't repeat anything, didn't push. He just asked 2 questions. You like the car? You drive it home? If it fit your budget? The couple nodded, and he said, let's see what I can do for you. 15 minutes later, the deal was done. I watched it happen like a magic trick, but I also felt it. I felt small, like I didn't close my own deal. And that's when I realized something that would change my career. A TO doesn't mean you lost. It just means you weren't ready to win alone. There's a psychology behind the TO. So let's get psychological for a second. Because the turnover, it's not just business. On the floor, there are unspoken rules: ego, hierarchy, pride, and the TO tests all of them. For salesperson, the TO means I didn't get it done. For the manager, you better not be wasting my time. And for the customer, why am I meeting someone new? Did I do something wrong? Here's what I've learned. A great TO is invisible. It's smooth, seamless. The customer barely notices the baton pass. But when a TO is messy, it feels like a switch in energy. Like the fun has turned into a negotiation. That's when they shut down. Now, the best salespeople, they time their TOs like surgeons. They don't hand off because they're scared. They hand off because it's smart. They know when a different voice will land better. They sense when their rapport has hit a ceiling, and they set the manager up with context, energy, and a clear game plan. No ego, just execution. But getting there takes time. Let's talk about when the TO works, because when they work, man, it's poetry. I had this one customer, older gentleman, tough negotiator. He came in 3 separate times, and each time we got closer, but never closed. He liked me, trusted me, but he just couldn't pull the trigger. On the 3rd visit, I saw the hesitation again, and I made the call. I turned it to my GSM, gave him the breakdown in 30 seconds, and said, I've got him to the edge. Can you take him the rest of the way? He walked in, sat down next to the customer, not across from him, and just talked. No pressure, no closing lines, just conversation. Within 10 minutes, they were signing the deal. It wasn't about authority. It was about chemistry. The right tone, the right moment, and the right finish. But not all TOs go well, and sometimes they ruin everything. I'll never forget this one. Young buyer, fresh credit, nervous. He was all in emotionally, but scared financially. I worked with him for 90 minutes, had him trusting me, but when it came time to talk finance, I hesitated. I didn't want to lose him, so I asked my desk manager to jump in. He walked in, clipboard in hand, and says, if you're not buying today, I don't want to waste your time. The customer's face dropped. You could feel it, the shift, the tension, the shutdown. Got up and left. All that work gone because the handoff wasn't aligned. Lesson: don't call a closer unless they match the energy you've already built. Here are my quick rules for a clean, effective dealership saving TO. Rule number 1, setup. Tell your manager the full story. Don't just say they're on the fence. Give them tone, body language, hesitations. Rule number 2, don't walk away and bring someone back. Say something like, I want to bring in my manager. He's the guy with the pull. He might be able to sweeten this up for you. Rule number 3, stay involved. You're not disappearing. You're still in the room, showing confidence. Let the customer know it's a team effort. Rule number 4, be honest with yourself. Ask, did I give this everything I had? If the answer is yes, then a TO isn't defeat. It's delegation. There you have it. The TO, feared, misunderstood, and often underutilized. It's not weakness, it's awareness. And if you want to last in this game, not just as a salesperson, but as a leader, you've got to know when to take it to the finish line and when to pass the baton. Next week on CarPodChats, we're unpacking the 5 buyer personalities and how to close each one without breaking a sweat. That one's got real fire in it. Until then, keep the conversations human, keep the follow-ups real, and keep chasing mastery, not just money. Be kind. I'm Dan Malave, and this has been CarPodChats.